Good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday, August 28th. Can you believe it is almost the end of August? And this month, I think, just flew by. Been, getting settled in my new place, doing some canning. It's just gone by really fast. So, I'm going to share a recipe here in a little bit that I found in one of my old Weight Watcher pamphlets. This is one that I had stuck on my shelf for a long time, and I don't recall ever really seeing this recipe before, but I thought this is going to change my life, especially this time of year. So I'm on my way to Walmart to get the one ingredient that I don't have, and then I'm going to buy the ingredient. I'm going to figure out how to make it myself. So, but stay tuned, because a little later on in the video, we're going to make it together. And I have to stop at my sister's to return her mixer to her. And I can't wait until KitchenAids go on sale, if they ever do, because I really miss mine. And I had told my daughter she could have mine, because when I left Idaho, I didn't know where I was going to land, or how long it was going to be before I had a place of my own. And it's a pretty big contraption to carry around, even though I brought the attachments back with me. So I think I'm going to buy a new one. And the one she has, it's special because her dad bought it for me. So I'm glad she has it and is putting it to good use. At least I hope she's putting it to good use. But I have the attachments to it, and before I start canning tomatoes, I'd like to have a KitchenAid, because if I do crushed tomatoes, it's just a lot easier to do it with my KitchenAid. So anyway, I digress. I had borrowed my sister's to slice up all those apples, and I decided I'm not going to do anything with the apples. So I'm going to take the mixer back to her and then head to Walmart to pick up my one ingredient. And there's a couple other things I need to pick up while I'm there. I got a turkey patty out for dinner tonight. And so I'm going to have that. Probably I might make some zoodles. Well, I can't now because I'm taking the mixer back to her. So let's slice up some. I have like a half of a zucchini left, and I'm gonna, I think, use that up with some onion and my turkey breast. That stuff I made last night was really good. It was really filling. So my scale was down 1/10 of a pound this morning. Tomorrow is weigh-in day for me, so it will be interesting to see how my weigh-in goes. And it's moving back down in the right direction, the scale is. So I think things are starting to level out from that huge loss I had the 1 week, and then I gained back, put a little bit of back on, and then I'm going back down now. I don't think I'm going to be quite down there to where I was, and that wasn't on an official weigh-in day anyway. I'm still on my race to Wonderland. So, and Sandy and I are on this little unofficial contest to get to 100 pounds first. She keeps telling me she's going to beat me. She might, but it's all in good fun. I sent her a message today and said, it's like our own little Ohio-Michigan contest. Because I don't know if Sandy is a football fan like I am a football fan, but the Ohio-Michigan football rivalry is one of the greatest rivalries in the country, I think. I'm just looking at this mixer. I thought I cleaned it off really well. I see a spot I missed. So, anyway, that's kind of my day today. I've only had 5 points yet, but I mean, it was a good 5-point breakfast. So, I'm feeling good about that. It is a gorgeous day here. It is 76 degrees and really breezy. But it's a beautiful fall day, even though it's not fall yet. It's a pumpkin spice kind of day, and I got the vanilla bean smell in my car because I switched out my air freshener from Bath and Body Works the other day. I had, like, it was called blueberry muffin or something like that. Now I have vanilla bean in there. One of my favorite scents. It smells so good. So tonight I'm going into Rossford for their stroll the streets. I'm going to stay away from the mac and cheese truck. But there's the new football stadium dedication is there tonight, so I think I might go to that, say hello to everybody, and then just do some walking tonight because it's so nice. I think I'm going to have to wear a jacket actually because it's pretty darn chilly. When I took the dog for a walk this morning out by the pond, it was, I could have used a jacket. So I did something this morning. I sat down and I was watching my old videos. Like, I'm talking like when I first was starting my channel, and a couple of things struck me. First of all, I looked a lot older then, I think, than what I do now when I first started. And then I kind of segued, started wearing makeup again, fixing my hair up again. And now I'm back to wearing no makeup and just letting my hair go willy-nilly. And I'm looking old again. But I watched the one video that I put up about, what had been going on in my life. And I thought, geez, I have been through a lot. It's amazing to me. First of all, it's amazing how much I went through, and it's amazing that I survived. I have to tell you, a year ago, I was not in a good place, emotionally, or physically, or mentally. I really wasn't. I was in a very, very dark place, and that continued on until last fall, late fall, early November. I came up to the year anniversary of when my husband died, and I think that's when things kind of started turning around for me, at least emotionally and mentally. You get to that year mark and you realize they're not coming back. Up until that point, I kept thinking it's all a dream. I'm going to wake up, both my husband and my son are going to be back. I mean, I had dreams that were so vivid, and they were so alive in those dreams and so close. The one dream I had of my son, I still remember the dream that he was alive, and he was giving, in the dream, he was giving me this big hug. And when I woke up, I was still feeling his hug. I thought sure I was going to find him in the room with me. And it's been over a year now since I've lost both of them. And I think I've come a long way mentally and emotionally, although I still miss them with all of my heart. And I don't think I will ever fully get over losing them, but I'm learning how to deal with life without them. And it hasn't been easy. It has been tough. I mean, I have been forced to move time and time again. And I mean, I'm so thankful I have a place now to hang my hat and a place to call home again. Even though, technically it's not really mine. I rent the place, but at least it's a place I can go to every night, and I feel safe there, and I have the dog with me. And that was the other thing last year. A lot of times I didn't even have my dog with me. So it's amazing to me that I have been able to get back with losing weight, because it was tough. And I mean, it's tough for anybody to lose weight. And as I'm talking about them, I'm driving past the cemetery, and I can see their spots, from the road. I don't go visit them as often as I used to. One time not long ago, I went over there and had a long conversation with my husband, and I said I need to move on because this is driving me crazy. But anyway, it kind of amazes me that I have been able to lose weight and start being successful at the weight loss again, given the emotional and mental state I was in. I know some people will lose weight when they're emotionally or mentally distraught. I didn't. I gained weight because I found comfort in food. I still find comfort in food. I was thinking it's fall, it's time for comfort food again, and my cousin posted on Facebook yesterday that she lives in Phoenix, and she said it was 115 degrees and she's making a pot of chili, and I commented, that's okay, it's football season, chili's acceptable. Thankfully I've got a good Weight Watchers chili recipe where I can make it for 0 or close to 0 points. And the cabbage soup, I made my meal plan yesterday for next week, and I had put the cabbage soup down as one of the things I was going to make for next week, because what I did was I pulled out some of my old menus that I had on my computer from when I first started Weight Watchers back in 2016. Now I was on the Points Plus program then, but those menus are adaptable to Smart Points. So, but cabbage soup was like a staple for me back then, and I had just filled that out when I saw Sandy mention Frekifitwolf, his channel, that he had the cabbage soup recipe up, and because I put it on my menu and I had pulled up the online recipe, and I thought, well, this isn't exactly how I made it, and I turned to his channel and I subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed to him, please do that. If I remember, I will put his link down below. Frekifitwolf. Anyway, he had that recipe on there exactly the way I used to make it. So I'm glad he reminded me not only how easy it is to make, but how good it is. And it was already on my menu plan, and I'm going to keep it on there because I remember when I was losing a lot of weight, I was eating that a lot. It's a 0 point cabbage soup. So he has the recipe over on his channel, Frekifitwolf. So please go visit him. I'm not sure how long he's been on Weight Watchers. I just subscribed to his channel yesterday, so I'm looking forward to reading more about him and getting to know him a little bit better. And he's also hosting a collab coming up in September, so be on the lookout for all that. So anyway, I was going through my old menus and making my meal plan based on some of those old menus, because I just, my weight loss is kind of stalled again. I remember last year there was a time that I went 3 or 4 months without losing any weight. Actually, the beginning of this year, I had a big November, and that kind of carried me through to the end of the year. And then January, February, and March, I didn't lose much weight at all. And it wasn't until I really buckled down back there at the end of March, beginning of April, that I started really losing a lot of weight again. So, it doesn't matter how much weight you've lost. And I bet Dee over at Dish with Dee would agree with me that you could lose over 100 pounds and you still struggle. You still have to make a conscious effort to stick with this program. I like freestyle. I didn't at first, but once I learned how to work the program, I found that I liked it, and now I'm doing well at it, only because I figured out how freestyle works with my body, and it is different for everybody. So, what works for me may not work for you. I could eat tons of cabbage soup and lose weight because, basically, not to be gross or anything, I'll poop it out. But your body might react differently to cabbage, So, anyway, I guess I'm just rambling. I was kind of excited about pulling out my old menus, and I remember writing a couple things down thinking, oh yeah, I remember I really liked that. Why did I stop eating this? So, but then again, life got in the way. So 2016, 2017, I had a lot of things happen. you know, from my daughter graduating, my son graduating from high school, my daughter graduating from with her master's degree, taking the big trip to Idaho to move her up there, and then losing my husband and my son. It's been a struggle. I guess what I'm trying to tell you, that it's a struggle. I may seem really cheerful sometimes on my videos, but the struggle is still there. I have to fight every day not to be depressed. I have to fight every day to want to make a difference. And actually, that's what keeps me going, is I'm hoping that somehow through my channel here, I can make a difference in somebody's life. That, you have a listening ear if you need to talk to me, weight loss related or not. I share my canning videos. That truly makes me happy. And it makes me happy when I get the comments that, gee, I wish I could do that, or, I'm interested in learning, and I would love to teach you, because I'm a teacher. So, but that is what keeps me going, is just hoping that somehow I can make a difference in somebody else's life. So if anybody's struggling the way that I've had to struggle, or a way that I've struggled, am struggling. Oh, well, my sister's not here. So I guess I go to Walmart first. That I can do that. So, all right, I'm gonna go. I need to find out where my sister's at. All right, went old school this morning for breakfast. I'm having, I don't know what you guys call them. My mom always called these one-eyed Egyptian egg sandwiches. I've heard them called toad in the hole. It's just the bread with the egg cooked inside of them. So 2 points for my Aunt Millie's bread, 0 points for the eggs, 1 point for my 28 grams of avocado, 0 points for the onions and the Frank's hot sauce, 0 points for my 172 grams of apple. And so 1, 2, 3 points on my plate, 2 in my coffee, makes a 5-point breakfast today. All right, I made a quesadilla for lunch. It is 2 white corn tortillas. You're going to see the one. And I have a half a cup of fat-free cheddar on there for 1 point. The tortillas are 3, the cheese is 1, and I just have some jalapenos on there. So it's a 4-point lunch. Okay, my dinner tonight is 0 points. I have some green beans. I just have some vegetables that I steamed. There's zucchini and some peppers and onions. And I have 3.5 ounces of 99% fat-free ground turkey. So this is my 0-point dinner. Everything here is 0 points. I was looking through a bunch of my old Weight Watchers pamphlets and books, and I found this one. It says Eat What You Love, and this is one of the books I think they gave us when Freestyle first came out. So I was looking through this snack thing, and I found this. And you probably can't see exactly what that is. It is apple wedges with pumpkin spice dip. Now, they had me a pumpkin spice. So here are the ingredients. A sugar-free snack pack pudding cup, vanilla. And I have a 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree. This is canned pumpkin from a store, which I don't normally have. I usually have my own home canned pumpkin. So that's the only disgusting thing about this. And pumpkin pie spice. That's all there is to this recipe. So if I can find a spoon, we're going to make it. I'm going to dump this. I mean, I love anything pumpkin spice. They had me, as soon as I saw pumpkin spice, I said, I'm doing this. The whole thing is only 2 points, because that's the points in this pudding cup. Alright, so I got my pudding in there. Let's dump the pumpkin in there. And it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. I'm going to put a little bit more because I like more pumpkin pie spice. I mean, I like the flavor, so probably about half a teaspoon to start with. And then we're going to give it a mix, and then we'll give it a taste. So you can't see what I'm doing, but see, I'm just mixing it all up. Just using a spoon. Smells like pumpkin pie. And then we're going to try it. I don't have any apples cut up yet. I'm going to taste this first. I suppose you wouldn't have to use apples if you wanted to put, like, you know, those little thin graham crackers. It would work in this. Any other fruit would work, I think. Whatever you would pair pumpkin pie spice with. Alright, I'm going to give it a taste. That's good, but I'm going to put a little bit more pumpkin pie spice on it. And again, the recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And it could be mine has started to lose its potency because I think I made this at the end of pumpkin season last year, the spice I'm talking about. So I would add more anyway. Whenever I make pumpkin pies, I always add more pumpkin pie spice than what it says because I like mine kind of spicy. But if you just like a hint of flavor, then that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's going to work. 2 points. All it is 1 pudding cup, 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree, and some pumpkin pie spice, you know, to your taste. And they suggest serving it with apple wedges, like I said, but really, you could serve it with any darn thing you wanted to. And this whole bowl, I don't know how well you can see that, but this whole bowl is only 2 points. So guess what Sue's having for her evening snack? This with an apple. All right, see you later.